Hello there everyone, welcome back to Populous from the beginning. We're going to be heading a little bit back in this episode to a previous level. Something that I would have been doing with my co-commentator from level 5, but unfortunately he has a life, honestly. So, what we're going to be doing in this level, as opposed to how we normally do it, is we are going to not pray at the totem pole and try and keep our settlement alive. And also to do that, we need to stop the shaman from eroding all of the land. And as you can see, we're doing this by training up 2 different fire warriors. This is not the most efficient way of doing it. I've actually had enough time to probably train up a 3rd one. And had I started the level by using a blast spell on the guard tower, it would have done more damage to it, allowing her to kill it faster. So once it's taken enough damage, she will fall off and be killed, but unfortunately, I'm also not charging up land bridge when I had the chance. We don't get too much land to really work with, but at least we do get land, at all. So basically, we're going to have to start our settlement from scratch, and that requires charging up land bridge, which is a little bit annoying because, well, we're going to have to wait quite a bit. Because in order to get mana, we need huts. In order to get huts, we need land. In order to get land, we need land bridge. And in order to get land bridge, we need huts. So as you can see, it's a bit annoying, and I can't even build a hut anywhere because I placed my guard tower in the wrong place. So at least what you can do is you can have it so you can unbuild a building, which is something the enemy will never ever do. And we'll say, "Oh, you don't do that, you numbskull." And it's fairly relatively easy to do. So we're just going to wait until I have a use of land bridge, and then we are going to increase the land a bit more. So another thing that we need to be wary of is that we might run out of wood, and because all of this land is brand new, it's going to take quite a long time for the land to regrow again. Can't really do much about that. All of this is really just waiting. So we just need to get ourselves some more land, just so I can build some more huts. And that's really what I'm doing. But as the number of huts increase, we'll get more mana, allowing us to have allowing our spells to charge quicker. But it's just a waiting game. We're not going to be praying at that totem pole on that small island at all. Nor are we also going to have the timer appear in the level, because once we pray at the totem pole, we get the timer. But if we never pray at the totem pole, the timer never appears, so it means we can spend however long we want with this level. So, making our settlement just slowly bigger and bigger. Got enough room for another hut. Unfortunately, we can't place another one down because I haven't really been hugely forward planning where I'm going to be placing these, but it's not a huge deal. We do need to make sure, though, is that we have plenty of space necessary in order for us to build up a settlement, because we also need to build up our forces as well, so we're going to have to wait until we can obtain our training huts. However, because we've now built enough huts, our population is now starting to grow a bit. Unfortunately, it's a little bit glitched, and the Braves aren't picking up any wood, which, should be there, but it's a minor inconvenience, if anything. But, making ourselves a bit more land, and that's about enough land for us all to build some training huts, but of course we don't have any wood to really go about it. And I'm thinking, well, the settlements over there to the north have got quite a few trees, so if I could land bridge over there, our wood problem should become fairly easy. Because of course with all this upgrading, we're going to be losing all our trees, such as those huts down there. They can't upgrade at all because we don't have any trees and also to work with. And training huts use up quite a lot of wood, so It's annoying, but we can't really do anything about it. Just a moment. So it'll take us just a couple more times in order to get over to the north bit, because I want to avoid the south bit by quite a bit, because otherwise we are going to have to plough through all their forces, which is something I don't really want to do. So it's not too bad. Anyway, those Braves up there, they're just trying to repair the tower that I lightninged right at the start. And we finally are able to get ourselves over to their establishment. However, they now can now reach the lone piece of wood that's down there next to the hut, and they're going to walk past all of that wood that they could have done to, but it's out of their range. Except, of course, their pathing screws up a little bit and they decide to walk off somewhere, which is just kind of annoying, but whatever. At least we'll be able to... At least we've still got a few creatures in order to stop them. And, of course, we've got ourselves our own warriors. And since we have no more use of land bridge anymore, we might as well start charging lightning. So, I should have placed another creature there nearby, but unfortunately I didn't have the foresight to do that. So, whilst some gets converted, they just go into the wood, which is rather annoying, but at least we don't actually get rid of the tree completely, otherwise that would have taken forever for them to do stuff. But they now have wood, which means they're now able to rebuild that guard tower, and put a fire wire in there, which is kind of annoying. But after I lightning that guard tower and also to get rid of the creature, I'm now going to nick the wood, and even though they already have wood, they still try and carry some. They can only carry one wood at a time. But at least we've now got plenty of wood in order for us to build our settlement up, and annoyingly enough, this guy is now in perfect range in order to start attacking our thing. And because, of course, there is actually wood available, they're now going to start coming towards us quite a bit. Stop being terrible pathing, Shaman. And that's also rather annoying. But of course, because the constant hammering of the Braves gets really annoying over the rest of the level, I just use lightning on that building just loads. Anyway, time for us to build the final building, which is going to be our preacher hut. Gonna make sure everything's all nice and upgrading, so we've got enough, as many followers as possible, just so we can build up a really big force and make things a lot easier. I suppose I do overcompensate a bit in this level, but it's not a big deal. And yeah, I listened to that the entire level. It was annoying as hell, and I just wanted to burn that tower to the ground just so they stopped doing that. Because of course, there's no wood anywhere. They don't have any wood on the southern bit of their settlement for gameplay reasons. I love the schools, mate. Anyway, now if we have a much larger force than we probably need, it's time for us to destroy the Mattock. So one thing that you also need to do is you need to destroy the guard tower part where you would originally prepare the totem pole, but we only need to do it so we can destroy and get rid of any last remaining of their forces, just so that once we destroy this lot, we don't need to do anything else. One thing you do need to worry about, however, is that your shaman, if your shaman dies, then the level just ends and you lose. But at least that since we killed the magic shaman, and she doesn't have a reincarnation site either, because she's not chimera, then we're not going to have to worry about her for the rest of the level, which is rather nice. Anyway, let's start converting some folks. And then we are completely annihilating them, like, just completely. Let's say we did a fairly sized settlement. I'm rather impressed. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, and I spent the entire time in this level going, am I really able to do this? Am I really doing this? And I have to say, it worked quite well. I really enjoyed myself. It's a rather stupid thing. You should never ever do something like this because it's long and fairly tedious. But, well, I'm just showing you how amazing I am at this game, obviously. And, yeah, the totem pole that would have sunk their settlements never appeared because we didn't pray the other totem pole. So, this is one legitimate way of going through the level. So, suck it, totem pole. We built our own settlement. But there were ways in order to have the Matic shaman to kill her quickly so you had more of your settlements, but I didn't think of that till midway through the level, and I thought, it can't be us what's dying. Anyway, back to your usual leveling stuff.